Today we're going to go for distance over altitude. We're not trying to make it to the moon, we're trying to make it as far away as we can from our launch point while also landing the penguin on his stupid head. And we got a savvy $69 for doing so. Which means we could probably start to do some very stupid things to him, like put him in an ejector seat. That should get him launched horizontally, and then we're going to upgrade our coil. I'm not sure how far it is we want to go, and I don't really care because we can launch him, well, very far. Should maybe give him a glider at some point so we can actually glide to the right, but for now I think we're doing pretty good. We got 5,761 distance. We're at $158. So on top of that, we're going to add the DIY for $90. And then we're going to add also fireworks because those are kind of similar. And we're going to see what kind of distance that makes. So it launches us pretty horizontal before the ejector seat kicks in. And here's the other rocket going. And then the ejector seat. Nope, never mind. We still got this one going. Oh, this is going to be fun. And the ejector seat doesn't really do as much as I would have liked. 14,000 distance though, so that's worth $500. I wanted to see what the fins did and accidentally bought them, so we're just going to roll with that. And then we're going to upgrade the ejector seat because I feel like we can eject him harder while also upgrading the coil. I feel like this is going too successfully so far, so we're going to continually launch him that way, kind of gaining altitude as we go, but not really. We want to go horizontal. Then those guys are going to kick in, and then the ejector seat's going to launch him from there. Well, and then the fins take over. That might actually be really good. And then we're going to crash him in full speed onto his stupid skull. 19,000 distance, $69. I don't really know where I got the bonus earnings from, and I don't really care. So let's max out the coil. Then we're going to get the ejector seat one more. Oh, we can go over max. I forgot we can do that. So we're going to go over max on a lot of our upgrades just because we can. I think we can take them, look at that now, as high as level 30. Yeah, we're clearly already making a pretty good difference. I still don't really know like the best angle for all this yet, but it doesn't seem to matter. Whatever we're doing is working not bad. And then we're going to eject him way out. From there, he tends to just fall anyway. There's not really much we can do to coax him further. 23,000, otherwise known as $874. And then I don't know what a monster engine is, but I want one. A cruise missile also sounds like fun. But for now, he's just going to have to settle for a better ejector seat, which seems to have made a similar difference, so I might have taken a poor flight choice. And then after one more round of grinding, we can buy the top-notch ejector seat, which now looks much comfier. Then I think while we're at it, we're going to buy him a pulse jet, just because we can. Also, I think this time I'm going to keep it going more horizontal because the altitude doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. We need him to go as far over as possible. The height doesn't matter, as long as we stay off the ground at least. Next, we got our new jets, which look like that. I thought they'd be a little more exciting than this, but we're just going to coast along the ground right now, trying to stay off of it. Got to maintain your momentum while staying off the ground. But we're already at 31,000 distance, so this is going to be worth a few dollars. And then we get to crash into the ground. That's my favorite part. $1,700 for a single run. Then I just clicked on multi-jumps accidentally. I don't really remember what it does, so we're going to go with that. Then we're going to upgrade his coil a whole bunch. Now we got a cool ejector seat. We put a lot of work into something we basically just abandoned at the first chance we get. So here goes our fireworks. And then we got to go through this jet, and then goes the control arm things. Okay, and then these guys kick in to do something. Oh, right, I have to manually use them. Well, that's okay. These actually work pretty good because they're like, I would say inching us forward, but they're jumping us forward at a pretty rapid rate. But look at that distance, 54,000. That's got to be worth money just in how much time we spent in the air. Yep, $3,000, airtime $700. So we're going to sell the fireworks because they're kind of weak, and we're going to replace those with, what's a rodeo? I keep accidentally clicking on things because I forget. Basically, so long as we're adding things onto this right now, we're going to be going further. And I feel like that's a pretty good launch. We're getting lots of power at the beginning. Now it's going to be, what is that thing? That's not helpful at all. What? Okay, oh, we can steer it a little bit. I still don't want it. I'm gonna pulse jet my way out of this. I'm sure that rodeo thing has a use at some point, but I don't know what that is yet. Maybe these wings aren't the most useful thing we could be doing. They do help us steer, but they don't help us glide. $2,400. The penguin always has a very dead look in his eyes. So we're gonna get rid of the rodeo because we can of course afford the monster engine right now. And I'm a little curious to see what that is. And then we're going to give our DIY rocket some love and upgrade it almost all the way. So my best is still only 54,000, and we got like 6 times as far to go to be awesome. And I will be awesome. Still not sure the best trajectory to take there. And there we go. We're just cruising along right now. We'll see how the monster engine works momentarily. Well, that's the pulse jet at work. I'm just going to use that right now because I'm in a hurry. You see the drag goes way up when we use that. And here's the monster engine. And I'm really liking that. We might just need more of those. Then it's going to be this engine finally to carry us through to a new record because we still get to eject. But I'm thinking the ejector seat isn't so good because so far it hasn't made a single difference. The only place the ejector seat makes a difference is here. that takes us from 68,000 to like 75,000 at best. So it's good for like 7,000 distance, and that's not enough. So what kind of horrifying things can we do to this idiot now? I need something with a lot of top speed, and the spearhead is kind of tempting because that's a 25 top speed. Let's try the spearhead. I know that's going to change some things around, but I've got time. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade that twice for now. We got the monster engine back on. We don't really need that. I don't know if I like the fins here though. We're going to take the fins off. Actually, for now, I just flip-flop those around. Forgot you could do that, and then we're going to upgrade that just a little bit along with the DIY rocket to max level. And then I'm hoping this works better than I think it's going to. So far so good. I can't really steer it yet because it doesn't steer like at all, which is something I didn't consider, but also something I don't really care about. It's kind of easier when it steers itself because then I don't have to think as much. And the less thinking I can do, the better things are going to be. So far we're at about 60,000, and now the monster engine is going to carry us along at pretty good speed. And it's going to drop us out of the sky now. We were a long ways up, but we hit 82,000 for almost 5 grand. So I'm thinking if we have lots of monster engine, that's going to help us a lot. Okay, so when I point this thing horizontal and use the upgrades in a smarter manner, we went 122,000 distance, which is worth almost 8,000 by itself. So we only need to do that like one more time to get the money. We're a third of the way there. Basically, all I do is level the rocket out as quickly as I can, which does take a second, but that way it puts all of our basically energy and power pushing us forward rather than upwards, which is useless. The problem is it takes like 8 hours to get myself horizontal because this thing turns like the Titanic. But you can see how this works better because every time we get to do one of these, it jumps us ahead quite a bit. That one wasn't as good, but still 120,000. So let's upgrade the spearhead and look at all the stuff we unlocked over here. Suddenly we have extra slots, sonic drive. I think I want a cruise missile just because it's a cruise missile. I'm definitely going to take the fins off though because the fins just aren't that fun. Then we're maybe just going to do multi-rockets. Surely this all together is going to work a little better. The cruise missile seems to work pretty good. We're already at 150,000 and I'm still using these to jump me ahead. I'm also doing this in fast forward because the rocket's very slow to get to where it's going. There's 193,000. Oh, that's a huge boost. $15,000. So we're a little overdue to get a new launcher. Maybe an orbital cannon would do. A launch pad could be fun because it multiplies your fuel by 1.25, but it doesn't actually launch you, so you need to have lots of rockets. Orbital cannon might be what we need though. We're going to go ahead and try that right away. Oh, if it launches us straight up though, that might be a bit of a problem because I can't turn this thing. Didn't realize it wasn't going to launch us in the proper direction. Yeah, this isn't going to work very well. We're going to go really high though. That much I'm sure of. Didn't realize this was going to happen. So far we've gone the wrong direction by quite a bit. Now we're getting somewhere. We're also 100,000 feet in the air accidentally. So whatever, I'm just going to hit fast forward and we're going to see exactly where this one takes us. It might actually still be pretty decent despite the fact that we launched in the wrong direction. Yeah, we still got 135,000 at least. 137,000 and we launched the wrong way. That's kind of ridiculous. So maybe just a powder cannon then? Does that make more sense? I have no idea. We're just going to try things until it works. I also upgraded the pulse jet to level 5. Mostly just because we can. We haven't even made it halfway yet. There we go. Now we're going the wrong way. I remember this. You got to hold it until it's in the green, but not the red. That way it gives you lots of launch power. And there is lots of launch power. That's better. I don't know why my penguin flies upside down, but that's maybe part of the problem. So we're at 140,000 and we basically have 5 more things to use. And once we upgrade those, we're going to go a long ways. It's just going to take a long time to get there. This cruise missile is great though. I really want to get a fully upgraded one of those because it's got the power. But so far so good. We've gone all the way up to, this might be close to 300,000 by the time we're done. Well, we're 100,000 feet in the air at 300,000 distance. So we're doing pretty good. That run alone is worth $26,000. So let's see how many times we can upgrade this missile. Not very many. All right, well, we're going to have to do that a few more times. And I'm just going to do this in fast forward really quick. That way we can save up the money quicker and get our results quicker. I had a really bad launch this time also, so don't judge this score. The trick is not doing the launch in fast forward because I can't possibly do this at 10 times speed. But once I'm in the air, I can do fast forward, and then it seems like we're going at light speed, mostly because we are. I think they changed it up at the end though because I don't need all this altitude. I'm just going to give myself pure horizontal distance. And that put us up to 340,000. I suspect 500,000 is our goal, so we're actually getting pretty close. $30,000. So we now have $80,000 to spend on upgrades, so hopefully we get that all the way to its maximum missile, and then we're going to do monster engine as many times as we can, which is all of them. So with our $3,000 left over, let's just do the pulse jet and then the multi-rockets, because we can. So we're about 3/4 of the way there suddenly, which is pretty good. Whoops. I forgot we're still in fast forward mode, so we're just going to roll with this and see the difference it does make. Look at that engine now though. I think despite the fact we had pretty much the worst launch possible, we're going to do alright. I am pretty close to the ground though. and I don't want to hit that, but yeah, even with the terrible launch, we're going to get over 300,000, which is crazy. Oh, and then we're going to go along the ground. Okay, let's do that again. Maybe a little better though. We're just going to ride in the green zone here as much as we can, and then the big launch. Perfect. Now we just horizontal fly ourselves and take off very slowly. And we've about horizontal fired ourselves, and we're at about 135,000 distance at 100,000 altitude. So we can just point ourselves horizontal and be fine. Especially with like the monster engine, because we hardly lose any altitude while this is going. Might trade out whatever this is, because it's not super great. It's very fuel efficient, but it's very slow. And I don't like slow. But we're coming up to the point where I use my cruise missile, and then we're cruising. We're starting to get some red speed. And we're losing a little bit of altitude, but not very much at all. And I'm pretty sure once we start to see red on the speed, I should not use any more boosts, because we're already being kind of inefficient. But we're at 325,000 already. And now we can still do all these. So I don't know how far these are going to take us, but hopefully over 4,000. 400,000. We're going to fast forward this just to see where we land. There's 400,000. Plus I got an achievement for flight time. 18,000 just on distance, 11,000 for bonus. But also let's take out this pulse jet and put it in with something like the Sonic Burst, because that's a quick one. I know how fast that gets us going, and I really like that speed. Then we're going to upgrade our powder cannon to its max level. Forgot we didn't do that. And then a few more times, just because we can. Also some multi-rockets, and then the DIY also. We're getting closer. Pretty sure 500,000 is going to be the limit, and we might actually do it right now. So we're about to find out. Green hands, more green hands. Not the greatest launch I've had, but still pretty good overall. We're moving very quickly. We've launched ourselves 150,000 feet up. We're like into space now. It's very dark. This is almost completing the regular game level because we're that high. And all accidentally. We just happened to build something that seems to be not bad. And our altitude is 150,000, so we can definitely point ourselves completely horizontal without too much issue. I think the pulse jet is next. Yep, that got us moving. That went full red for speed because it was too quick. The drag overtook us. But we're cruising along. We're at 340,000 distance, and we still get these other bonus guys, and they've been upgraded since the last time. And we're still at 150,000 altitude, so we can even point ourselves downwards a little bit if we want to. But I'm not sure there's any benefit in doing that other than maybe a little bit of a speed boost. But there we go. We're not going to make 500,000, but we're getting pretty close. 440,000 so far. We're going to fall to 450. Okay, we're actually going to fall to about 460,000 distance. $44,000 for that effort. So let's also upgrade the multi-jumps all the way up to level 11. And then the multi-rockets also maxed out now. Well, that's a happy coincidence. And let's get a little more power out of our cannon than the DIY. Basically anything we can upgrade, we're going to. Look how close we're getting. I've got a pretty good feeling about this one. We're going green, green, green. Not so green, mostly green. There we go. We're going to the sky. There's 150,000 distance and altitude. There's our monster engine cruising along. There's our pulse jet, which I like so much. All right, then it's back on me to actually use these again. We're going to do this in slow motion because I do want to keep an eye on how well this is working. When I play in fast forward, you can't see the fine details, but this should get us to 500,000 that we need because we're almost there. We're at 500,000 and we're 150,000 feet above the Earth. Okay, we're circling the globe multiple times very quickly, and we've gone so quickly that we've gone back in time. Somewhere in Antarctica there's a penguin on his computer, and we just launched our dead penguin through his window. The end. But we've also unlocked new items. Then also we're going to try this booster pack for rocket science, hopefully getting some good new rocket stuff. I don't think there's necessarily anything good there, but we do have a new body. And I am kind of curious as to if that's a good body or not. Well, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's also got less of a top speed, but it has more slots. But now that I'm here, I'm kind of curious if we take away something basic like the DIY and replace it with, say, the Sonic Burst that I love so much. Well, put it this way. I want to see if Sonic Burst will make the difference, because I feel like this is all you ever need in this game to launch you really far, really fast. We'll eventually transition to all of those. We just need to make a little bit of money first. We're 200,000 feet up and over already. Now we're going to use the other one. We're still not horizontal yet, but we're working on it. We're now 300,000 distance at 250,000 feet up. This is such a ridiculous build that I can't help but go into the sky. So I think it's pretty safe to say we're probably going to hit 500,000 distance again, like at light speed too. So there's 500,000. We're going way past that. We're getting at 600,000 on this one. Almost 630,000 for 65 grand. So that means we need more Sonic Bursts. Same with this other one here. The cruise missile can stay for now, but then we're also going to upgrade our powder cannon all the way up to level 15, and then this guy a little bit more to give it more top speed. Now we just sit back and let the magic happen. Whoa, not too much. Good launch. It almost got out of frame there. No, those are going, there we go, at 400,000 up and over. Well, this is working pretty good. We're almost at 500,000 already, and it's been 12 seconds. And we're maintaining a pretty good speed. We already hit 500,000 a minute ago. We're almost as high as we are distant. So I like this build. And these changes pushed us over 700,000. So let's take out the cruise missile and do another sonic burst. All the way to max. Then we're also going to take out the multi-rockets and do maybe more of these rocket boosts. Correction, I meant multi-jumps, because the multi-jumps are kind of a similar thing. They're going to boost us ahead very quickly, very powerfully. Then we're going to upgrade this for more max speed. A lot more max speed. Wow, that thing gets fast. So our best is 740,000, but I think we're probably about to beat that in a pretty big way. I feel like we're going to go very high, very far over. We're almost off the screen right away. We're just going to launch. There's 500,000 up and over, and we're still trying to correct our trajectory. Oh, now we've got to use these. I forgot about that part. We're going to fast forward because this part gets slow, but there's 700,000 distance. There's 800,000 distance, and we're falling probably to 860,000 distance at 600,000 feet into the sky, which is absolutely ridiculous considering we're going at a 45-degree angle. $100,000 by the way. So let's upgrade the powder cannon to level 20 and then give one of these a huge boost by itself. Then let's reduce gravity by 50%. No, maybe let's do thrust and reduce drag. That one always seems like more fun. Then I feel like we're going to set a new record. Speed of fire. So just got to get the right amount of powder in the cannon. You don't want to go too far too fast. And there we go. We're off the screen. We're going to level out pretty quick. But we're already at 800,000. There's 900. There's a million. And 1.1 million. And we're still going to go further. We're still going upwards as much as we're going over. So we're at a 1.5 million distance at 1.3 million altitude. Yeah, I feel like we've accomplished something here today. Our goal was 500,000. We did 1.5 million and we did that rather quickly. And those were $224,000. So while I'm at it, I'm going to put the fins back on really quickly because that's going to add more top speed for us, but also more control. So we're going to be able to go more like over rather than up. And I'm just going to upgrade this one all the way to level 30 just because I can. This time let's try with 50% less gravity. I feel like that can only lead to good things. Almost forgot to start putting the powder in. And we're off the screen. So the extra speed is probably helping, though we can't really notice because we're into the red zone for everything. But now's a good time to start using these. Yeah, I can feel the fins working their magic right now, but I'm not sure they made a great difference overall. I think they actually worked against me because we're not going nearly as far. We've regressed. Well, we killed a lot of penguins doing it, and I'm happy about that.